Hello everyone, welcome on back to Survival Challenge. Alright, so first things first, of course, we got another half of an oak tree. We get this sold, we get the top half sold as well, and then we have some harvests to do, because, well, if you can't tell, we are a couple months in the future from where we were. I think 2 months? Yeah, I think it was like 2 months. We have the barley that's ready, and then this oat field down here is also ready. The oat field right over there, I believe that's next month. But figured we can easily stop now and get these fields, harvested, start getting them ready for planting. Which does remind me, I'm really considering getting a new planter soon. Be so much easier to do, obviously. But it's one of those things where the ones I'm considering, one's $45,000. So hey, we could afford that pretty dang soon. The other one's like $105,000. The one's obviously a lot larger, and I think I can plant like every crop. So it's kind of a tough situation. Where do I take that medium upgrade? Basically, I know that was something I kind of talked about with having the Fent. We probably won't need to do is taking the medium upgrade, so it's almost tempting to try to wait it out until I get 100,000, which I don't think is terribly far off. But I also realize sooner rather than later we're gonna have a lot less income from trees, because we only have so many oaks. I don't want to cut every tree down. So it's kind of one of those things where I gotta plan it out a little bit, make sure I'm not cutting the whole forest down. And a lot of the smaller ones, there's not a lot of money in them, so I kind of just toss them into the sawmill. They'll make more money doing that than selling them just as. I mean, the oak trees are probably the same way, but it would just take forever for that sawmill to run through them, so. Right now, I think there's 2 or 3 more I'm probably going to cut down. Getting this sold. 10,000 bucks, not too bad. Up to 54,000. Yeah, I can show the ones I was looking at. They're planters. So yeah, this is the one I was looking at. $45,000, not too bad. This one is 109,000, so it's a little bit more than I thought, but it is what, 4.5 meters bigger. And I have the option, I could do liquid fertilizer or I could do solid fertilizer. Either one. So kinda, it's tempting, and it plants every crop. So it's kind of tough to say, oh hey, we should definitely go with this, when you wait and you could get this, which might be better long term. There's nothing really in the cedars that interests me too much, and we can actually pull it. So it's kind of like, do I wait or do I try to take it now? Logically though, I would not be surprised if we wait till like this winter. We're probably talking well over $50,000-$60,000 probably made this winter between the crops. And, well, yeah, they're all crops. The oats and the peas. The barley's just going to sit in the silo for the time being. I know I kind of said a while ago when we were planting it, it's probably going to sit in there for maybe a while. It's more so, hey, once I am in a decent financial position where I can afford chickens, I have the food. I don't have to worry about planning out so many months in advance, making sure I have food for them. It's Okay, I already have it. We can get some. So, obviously I'd have to plan out, make sure I'm gonna grow some more for them, but I might look into, I know I set the sawmill to auto sell, I believe, planks. I might look at the price of the other goods it can do as well. Just out of curiosity. Because I know, I think it's all about the same amount. It all makes about the same. Yeah, it makes about the same. It makes the least amount of planks. Doesn't make any sense. But alright, so I think long planks might not be too bad of a price. I'm just curious if it's like... Eventually, obviously, we're not going to do nearly as much oak trees to sell. So, you know, is it too bad of a thing to... That's a jump. It's not too big of a jump. I just don't want to keep things unrealistic. You know, for we're producing that every month otherwise. So, I think I might switch it then. The long planks for the time being. Deactivate, and of course we have to set it to sell. Because we do not have the ability to do too much else. And we actually do have the ability to actually just sell off the wood in here. It would take a sizable cut, though. Because there is a cut with, obviously, somebody else is transporting it, basically, for you to sell. I would like to, at some point, obviously, get something for front loader, because that would allow us to do something other than have it auto sell. And I had brought up, is it in here? Yes, 10 grand. I want to just do the prices for like long planks fluctuate. Not too much. We kind of sell that whenever. It's 10 grand, but it would allow us to... We'd make that money back within 2 months. And then we'd make more money. Yeah, I think I'm going to switch it then, actually. Obviously, yeah, it will cost us, but 2 months' time we'll start making money from doing that. So it'll be a long-term better decision. You know, just imagine a couple months, you're able to produce a decent amount, right? And you're going to get an extra, basically 10-20% from not auto-selling. So it won't take that long for us to start producing a little bit more money out of it. Alright, so let's get this sold. 6 grand. So that puts us at 60,000 bucks. Since I'm in town, I think I'll buy this as well. In town right now, why not? We'll need it soonish anyways. The only negative, obviously, for it not auto-selling is we won't consistently be getting money. Which really is not a negative, really. It just means we're going to have to load them up, bring them in town when we do want to sell it. But it's a larger lump sum. So it's not too bad. Well, we can head on back. We can start working on some harvests. So I'm thinking we'll probably do the oat field first. So I kind of want to get that one, if possible, plowed up and maybe planted today. I think that field is small enough where it won't be too bad for us to get it all finished out. I know the barley field is kind of tempting. It would be nice to get it, you know, planted with oats or something to then sell later this year. But it's going to take obviously a lot longer to get it plowed up and planted. So we'd probably miss out on doing another harvest. Granted, it would be probably a decent amount more money. It's almost tempting. Yeah, I think I might do the barley. I think I convinced myself I might do the barley. I should probably drop this off. Yeah, I'm gonna do the barley. I think I convinced myself. It's gonna be, it's gonna look a little bit weird having that planter on the back of the Fendt. But it should only be, you know, basically this time around. As soon as we have the money, we're gonna get something bigger. It's gonna take a little bit to get to that point. So let's get this lowered. I'll probably want steering assist on, I'm thinking. Okay, it's already on, nice. Now, barley will yield for the amount pretty well. So it's possible I'll have to unload the trailer in the middle even. Yeah, trailer's already 71% full. So yeah, it's only going to get another little bit in there. That was full. Not even 1,000 liters. I think it's a 3,000 liter capacity. It might be a little bit more. Yeah, we'll basically be able to drive around once more, get it unloaded, probably again into the trailer, and then the trailer will be full. Well, I think what I'll do here is I'll start my time lapse, and we'll get this finished fairly quickly. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
Look at the sky, the sun won't ask for one if it can rise. Look at your mind and ask yourself what keeps you trapped inside. Look at the lies that follow you when you run and hide. Look at the sky, the sun won't ask, the sun won't ask the world if it can rise. Look at the sky, the sun won't ask for one if it can rise. Look at your mind and ask.
Alright, so we're just about done here. Hopefully this all fits into the combine. It's going to be a close, tight fit, I'm thinking, though. We've already have, what, 2 full loads I've already brought to the silo, plus that one is trailer's full. There's another easily almost 6,000 liters here. So there's a lot of barley we got from this field. It was honestly pretty good. Will it fit? 97, 98. Oh, just barely. Just barely. What's the capacity on this? I'm just curious. What's the capacity? Alright, up here. 5,600. So yeah, we got it by what, 44 liters? So just barely fit in there. Now that's not even with the like top yield, because there was pieces of this field that never got lime on it. By my own fault too, so We'll get this unloading, then we'll get the trailer unloaded. We'll see how much we got in there, but curious how much lime we have. I might be tempted to do that whole field. It's gonna need it soon-ish, I'm thinking. Where is it? There we go. Technically only this piece needs it, but I would assume this will need it in the next couple of harvests. I don't think there's a way to tell. I'm also not sure if it resets if I do it to the whole field. I would assume if I place it, it would reset the whole field, right? I've only ever done it when it needs it, so I'm not sure if it resets. I would assume it would, though. How much lime do we have? 5,500 liters. Should be alright. Looking pretty good on barley. Alright, so that puts us at 16,000 liters for barley, which would be 18 grand if we were to sell it. I don't really plan on, well, selling it, so... Yeah, I think I'm gonna lime it. Get the whole field limed. Let's make sure it is taking. Yep, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna put steering assist on, make it a little bit easier. Yeah, we're gonna go through this pretty dang fast, though. Kind of expected, though. It's lime. It always goes through a ton. There we go. Get it filled up again. We'll probably make it down that way and maybe a little bit more, but not much. Alright, so they should be able to get this all finished out. Should be enough. It's gonna be closer than it probably should be, though, at the same time. Alright, so now we can get it plowed up. We can get it planted as well. So I'll get this dropped in here. Oh. There must be, yep. I did not realize that was in there. Oh, in my way, really. This is really not going well. I just flipped over the planter. Yeah, we won't get as many harvests done as I was kind of hoping we would this month. But, positive though. We'll be able to get this field planted and ready to go. So at long term, we should be able to make a little bit more money, actually. Not sure why there's, like, multiple lines right there. It's weird. Like, two lines right next to each other. Which means this one corner doesn't get plowed. Is the middle few ones like this? Yeah. There has to be a reason why. I'm not sure why, though. There is an offset. That might be it. Yep, there's an offset. That was it. Must have accidentally set that. Well, I think what I'll do here is I'll start with time lapse. I'll get it plowed up and planted. in the same time lapse, we can get this all ready for, you know, harvest in a couple months' time. Should be a pretty successful winter, like I was saying. So I'll text everyone once the time lapse is done.
And ask yourself what keeps you trapped inside. Look at the lights that follow you when you run and hide. Look at the sky. The sun won't ask. 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 The world if it can rise.
Alright, so we're just about done here with getting the field planted. And like I said, it should be ready, I want to say it's January, February, so like right towards the higher price for oats. So we should be basically be able to sell this right off the field, which will be quite nice, quite nice. That's obviously combined with that field, and that field will also be harvested by then. So we're looking at a pretty good month, really, this winter. Like I said before, this winter is going to be very profitable. I want to look at trailers. Just out of curiosity, does this one go to 7,500? What point do you get a sizable upgrade? How about probably 17 grand? So, no, not too bad. Could upgrade it too. It's tempted. It's tempting. We probably won't buy it now, obviously, but certainly tempting. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty dang good winter time because we'll have the oats, the peas, we'll have long planks to sell once those start spawning, obviously. Which long planks can be sold whenever, but might just sell everything this winter because it's gonna be a lot of money. Already 17.5 grand there, 19.5 there. That's not including obviously 2 harvests, plus it's gonna be a couple more months until then. So, anyways, that is about everything for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.